Hello everybody, Salty Walty is here. We're joined by Jacob and Rob. We're going to continue our playthrough through Gundam vs Zeta Gundam. I'm taking a break from Encounters in Space because for the if you guys haven't seen my community post, it's because I have a stress-induced headache and that game's very stressful, so I don't think it'd be wise for me to play that game unless I want my head to explode. So let's take a look
like scanners.
let's take a look at the Patreons. We got Brandon Markey, Always Shipper, Azrael, Caden Maki, Casey, Cybastard, Dragon Spartan 90, Gundam Nuggers, Ibram Gone to 8863, Jeff Dunn, JJ, Clav, Proof, Maverick, Momoka, Ninja Guy 12, Peter, Strike, Tyler, Spud, Oni Savage, Suit of Souls, Trelos, and Joseph D. I want to thank you guys for being Patreons and supporting my my channel. So let's get on with the playthrough.
Kings and queens, all of them.
Yes, all of them. But last time we played it, Kai has he harnessed his inner master Asia, and now we're into space. Let's do it.
Space Cadet.
Say what?
I said Space Cadets.
Yes. That was pretty funny though, watching Kai perform Master Asia's signature stance.
Yeah, but does he know the ultimate?
Oof, that hurts. Ooh, I gotta be careful.
See.
Oh boy. Hello.
Just seized up hard for me.
Yeah, I was not in the game. That was my fault. I was still watching through OBS. What?
Now it's moving nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was my fault. I was watching through OBS.
No worries.
So Rob, that Gan in today's match, he went Super Saiyan sweaty.
Yeah,
Like,
that guy was really good.
Like, what if you see a suit like that and you sometimes you gotta be weary about some certain motions like that. Like all of a sudden they're gonna just go ham.
Mm-hmm.
The Gan's pretty easy to do. Like if the Gan gets an opening, and like no one, like if you just ignore a Gan, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. It's just waiting
Oh,
for
this
that
fight's
opening
gonna be
sometimes.
easy. Yeah. And sometimes they never leave you alone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's almost like Amuro should have had a gun cannon for this.
Yeah, right. I'm really jealous of everybody that has like higher levels of the gun cannon too in GBO2 because I want it. This game is loud, even though I have it at 10.
You got that light boner for that gun cannon too.
I like the gun cannon too. Everybody's like, oh, it's shit. And why do I normally always
It's
get
not
top...
shit. It's just the gunner does everything better than it.
I kind of prefer the gun cannon 2 over the gunner because you have more weapons with it.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just
Yeah.
you have the thing where it's like there's almost too many weapons, while the gunner has almost too few.
Yeah, I'd rather have too many, and on the balance there.
Yeah.
I mean, like you got the shoulder cannon, which has a really quick charge up time, has piercing, and does a shit ton of damage. And then you also got the gun cannon's ridiculously strong beam rifle. I mean, that's really good.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying.
Yeah, about the only thing Gunner has over it is that Gunner's rifle, as I recall, can stun uncharged.
Yeah.
That's about it. Otherwise, the fact that you have two different weapons there is...
Definitely the combo ability is on the gun cannon too is much better. But the gunner is just more of like a typical sniper. The gun cannon to really take advantage of it, you really have to charge, while the gunner is like you can take shots of opportunity. And not take a massive range penalty on all your
Okay, I'm gonna drop the game audio down to like 5 because that's blowing out my eardrum.
Oh man, look at that 100% evasion rate. Look at this new type. Look at this
nice.
Because I still got that headache, and that game audio is going to kill me.
Well, you play better with the headache, so intensify. No.
Intensify that barrage.
Yeah. On your cerebellum.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah, I want the Gundam Mark III. I don't know what I'd paint it, but...
I just got prototype Gundam colors, and that looks good.
That could work, yeah.
Everybody says to try it in Hyakushiki colors, and I'm like,
I mean, they did have that one that was made for Char in Anaheim Laboratory Log that's just red.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think he ever used it, but it's made for him. But this opens the door to the full armor Gundam Mark III.
Yeah.
The time is now.
I mean, honestly, I prefer that full armor over the Zeta full armor.
Well, yeah, the Zeta full armor's garbage. Full armor Gundam Mark II, though.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be tasty.
Oh, tasty. My old lady made some spaghetti tonight, and she knocked it out of the park.
I'm happy you said, guess what's not tasty? Spaghetti mushroom.
No way. So we got my mom's recipe, and she made it exactly like my mom's, and it brought a tear to my eye, low key, I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
Been in pain all like for the 8 days straight, and that really made it a little bit better.
Yeah. Always nice to have something like that.
Oh yeah.
Well, that Dolos JPEG in the background, so adorable. So, in Gundam manga news, looks like Thunderbolt's back in full swing again.
Oh, really?
So that's good. Yeah. There's all kinds of dumb stuff happening in Thunderbolt. It's great. I can't wait to see this dumb stuff animated. But what you been up to, Rob?
Mostly, I've been trapped by Dragon Quest Builders 2. I am loving that game.
Yeah, I seen that post you made where you went to bed really late because of it.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that game. Tell me about it.
It is basically Dragon Quest Minecraft.
Ah.
And it's got a little bit more of a kind of like sim kind of flavor to it too, because in addition to just building things straight up, you're also trying to rebuild towns and get the townspeople to defend it and build it up and take up various trades and what have you. So
excellent.
Yeah, so
like your own little guild and whatnot.
Yeah, so it's a really nice game. It was on Amazon for like $20, and I really liked the first one. So
I'm sure it beats the free PS Plus offerings outside of Farm Simulator, because everyone loves Farm Simulator. Everybody.
I wasn't even sure what the PS Plus games are for this month.
Farm Simulator and Cities, Skyscraper, or whatever it is.
I'll have to make sure Jay claims those while there's time, if he hasn't already.
I mean, Farm Simulator is like that one game that everyone loves but no one likes. You know what I mean? Like everyone who brings up Farm Simulator is like, ew, but then there's like millions and millions of people who play it.
Not my type of game. Even though I love Minecraft, you'd think I'd like a game like that. Nope, not my type.
That's fair.
Oh, it's that evasion rate's still up there. You just can't hit nothing.
No.
Oh yeah, Kai survived the fierce battle like he did anyway.
Yeah, right. And then he became Indiana Jones. Cause
he kind of did.
Why not?
Nah, do Hayato to get all the mediocrity in there.
Didn't we do Hayato? Oh,
no, he's all the way at the start. Yeah, look at him.
He's got the gun tank. Well, the gun tank is strong in this game.
I mean, he'll get the gun cannon.
Yeah.
Just follows the movie canon for the most part. Ooh.
So did you watch that Zaku match I sent you there, Rob?
I have not watched it yet, but I will do soon.
Oh, you will enjoy.
Oh man, you gotta sync Char's Musai.
Yeah.
Internet cook if you can remember its name.
What a blocky design.
I do not.
Yeah, it just puts his helmet on it. It's super weird. It's like, oh hey, you got a cool helmet, right? It's like, yeah, well, I heard you like your helmet. Yeah, it's alright. I put it on your ship. What?
I think I would have just painted the ship red. That actually would have been a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been less 70s sci-fi if they just would have painted it red. But nah, I gotta put this weird goggle helmet. As far as I know, his Musai survives, because we never see it after he goes to Earth.
You like that one, Rob?
Yeah, that was great.
I'm casually flying to your shots.
Or Or does it just get the helmet removed and Grin keeps commanding it? I don't remember.
I don't remember
It's
either.
a good question.
But yeah, it's called the Famel, since we didn't want to.
The Famel?
Famel. Famel. So like camel, but with an F.
Yeah, there's a lot of Xeon ship names along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, I swear in the opening of that in the Encounters in Space game, it says we'll use the camel and the Swammel to get the Trojan horse. Maybe it's a,
Yeah,
it's a misstep
is-
of Famel. Or maybe it's just the camel. Maybe it's camel, famel, swammel, bezamel, like whatever.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think just somebody in Xeon was really fascinated with that with those sounds.
Yeah, mole.
I just got booted.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, I mean, it could be that the camel is actually just they were meant to say famel, but they're like that can't be right. There's nothing so stupid as famel, truly.
Surprise.
I'm almost certain it's camel in Japanese too. So
yeah, I mean it might be. So that might just be the famel just got put in dry dock somewhere and survived the war, or got melted down for scrap, or whatever.
yeah.
Because you really don't see it after Shaw goes back to space. You get to Zanzibar.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Well,
that.
you figure you have to figure that that stayed with Dozel, so it's somewhere in his forces.
Probably got blown up at Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, no one Dozel. He would have kept that shit in the back because he's like Shar's stupid bullshit. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, sniper. Oh wow, ooh. It does not like sitting on the hill like that.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
Where you hit them kickers. Them kickers kick in. You're like.
I like the gun tank. Everybody's like, oh, never use the gun tank. I use the gun tank and get top damage most of the time. I don't see why not.
I don't like the standard gun tank design just because, you know what I mean? Like
No, I prefer
The
the
gun
MPT. It actually
I
looks
prefer like the gun tank 2, the MPT, like pretty much everything that's not the regular gun tank.
like, yeah. Don't worry, Armoro. I'll kill them. And I was going
But really, as a
Huh?
as a tank, like the gun tank's a terrible design. Like it can't even rotate its waist.
Well, that's because it has
The core block system,
Yeah.
I know. Well, that makes it awful. Like it makes it basically a stationary artillery piece. Like much less, it's worse than like Type 61s in terms of being able to engage stuff at its side.
that's why I prefer the MPT because it doesn't have that problem.
Yeah, and the gun tank 2 shouldn't have that problem, but in most games it also can't rotate its weight.
Which makes no sense.
I don't know what the.
Damn Zaki. Armoro, do your damn job. You got a rifle that will one-shot most of these people. Come on now. I'm a gun tank.
Nah, beat Rumbarol. Beat him down. Oh, you were just talking about how good gun tank is. Beat his ass. Yeah, like that.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what the hell caused this stress-induced headache, but it.
Oh wow, there's an international pandemic and
Well,
like all
I
kinds
don't-
of crazy shit's
Well,
happening.
that's the thing. I don't
Yeah.
feel like I'm stressed. That's the thing. I feel rather
Subconsciously, you are.
Yeah. Sometimes it does not come out consciously, and that's when it's most likely to come out medically, in my opinion.
Well,
You repressed emotions, motherfucker. I swear.
yes, I am.
You really are. I'm happy you said it. Oh, nice hit.
Yeah. I had a request I fulfilled today. I gotta do the video, and that's gonna be uploaded Tuesday.
Nice.
Try doing the G-Line Assault Armor in Dom colors.
Interesting.
It looks really good. I'm very surprised with how well it turned out.
Nice.
Tomorrow is going to be Clav's request, where it was a Desert Gelgug in my personal, any colors really, but with the MG. And that's when I found out you can get the Desert Gelgug's range mod all the way up to 52.
Oh,
Damn,
nice.
that's solid for a melee.
Oh yeah.
And you just knuckle duster him, or knuckle buster, and then just pew him to death.
It was really rough trying to get it because like every time I try to go and do it, either I was doing really good, but my team lost by like 3,000-4,000 points, or we would win and I didn't do good. So it's just like shit. And then
it would be better to
pretty much my
post...
life with requests.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's better to post the loss that you do good, so people have something fun to watch, than a win that's boring.
Yeah.
Well, this one's pretty good. I got a striker. Oop, I wasn't. Shit.
Yeah, but no more rumble roll.
I got a striker.
Oh wait, no
custom,
more rumble roll.
Yeah, I got a striker custom video I need to post. I think I'll do that Wednesday, and I got like 9 or 10 kills and 3 deaths.
Oh, nice.
But the only problem is like my team just didn't want to push half the time, and it was like we're not going to win if you guys don't push. Come on. It's kind of pissed me off there. In the
gallop.
There's nothing quite as bad as the feeling of doing some of the best you've ever done, and your team just cannot get it together, or you cannot figure out how to work with them. It is the worst. That's that Go-Go Jaeger round I posted earlier this week.
Yeah, that was a good match though. That was a really
yeah. Kills, and I was able to fend off that pixie twice. I kind of had to post.
Oh yeah.
So what technically non-UC series does the Gallop show in, Salty?
Don't make me brain, please.
It's too late. The brain is engaged.
My brain is not engaged.
The braining.
You're the one with all the miscellaneous Gundam information.
True. Me and Rob got the cover, but you probably know this one. Just take a stab.
I don't know this one. My best
Oh,
guess would
Turn A
be,
Gundam.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, it's going to either be Turn A or Mobile Fighter Z Gundam.
Yeah, no.
That one has runs from all the series for whatever reason.
Yeah, it was Turn A.
Makes sense.
It actually shows that the Gallop was made to survive a nuclear attack.
Really?
It like drops the black shades and stuff when the nuke goes off. I like that they just made a hover tank and put giant fucking jet engines on it.
That's what those things are?
Yeah, on the side they're like big jet engines.
Huh.
Okay.
It might be loosely inspired by like the Soviet Union's Caspian monster like hydroplane.
Oh.
Because they had like a similar
Nice.
thing where it come out on the side.
Okay, I'm still stuck in the gun tank. The black tri-stars.
Go to...
Oh, this is gonna be
Oh, nice.
Oh
yeah, drink it in. High speed versus no speed.
Well, it's like the max dexterity builds. Like, I only have to hit you once.
You know damn well their DOMs are gonna be more than one.
So, what other matches you got cooked up there, Rob?
Right now, not a lot. Dragon Quest Builders kind of cut into my dailies time lately too. I'm gonna work on that starting tomorrow. But I've got some nice guest stuff thanks to you and some other folks. So that'll probably be a little bit of next week while I get back on track with stuff.
Yeah.
But
I don't mind sending you that Striker Custom one if you want that one. It starts out really messy for me, but like then I start picking up speed.
That could be good.
Oh, here they come.
Here we go.
I always loved Gundam versus music.
Oh yeah.
So it's the actual songs.
Yeah. Stop going after Matilda.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like. I like most about 1 Year War for the PS2 is it is one of the few games to actually use the movie background music as opposed to the TV series.
I wonder if there's extra licensing for that.
Probably.
Wow, Ortega got fucked.
Yeah.
Right in the backpack. That's a reactor hit. He dead.
Same with Guy if he continues ignoring me.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just like GBO. Never ignore the gun tank.
Mm-hmm.
It will end with your death. And then I hate that. Like, come on. Like, I get so much hate mail when I use suits that are quote unquote not meta, and then I do really well.
Oh,
you should
shit.
be able to do that.
You got the G Sky? Why?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even. Does he?
That's a
even
good
pilot
question.
That?
No.
No. That's the Gundam's legs in it. Like, nah, I don't ever got close to that.
Let's use it.
You're okay. Hopefully you're fighting a warship or something.
It is. It's that whatchamacallit.
Oh, the Dob Day.
Yep.
Oh yeah, look at him. Look at him down there. Oh, let's spam him with missiles. Missiles track better. And because you're basically just using the core fighters Vulcans in the front. So like the missiles are definitely the stronger option.
Bombing run. Well, that one ain't gonna hit, but that's okay.
No, I don't want. But see, it tracks real good. Like eventually, it went down like a 45-degree angle. It just takes a minute to track.
I like how little boost these things have.
I never understood the G-Sky in general.
Same.
Like, the G-Sky Easy, I kind of get, because it's just the core fire bolted to the back end of the G-Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes more sense. That's just a support platform. But no, I'm going to waste this mobile suit's leg and just throw that bitch in there. Throw it in. Like it's not like the V2 Gundam where legs are like, there's more legs than there are a complete set of mobile suits.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would kind of make sense.
A lot of these forms didn't ever make sense to me, to be honest.
And plus, you lose the mega particle cannons.
Yep. Which would, you know, you would think would be a drawback.
Yeah.
Screw that Zaku. That'll teach him. Oh, hey. You need to get off me, son.
He did. He's like, I'm sorry, I violated your personal space. It's a 6-foot rule. That's a very socially conscious Zaku right there.
He's a good
Too bad you shot him in the back like a coward.
Well, he was facing me when I pulled the trigger, so...
A likely story.
Did you notice, like, those Doa days, I think that's what they're called, I can't remember. They change shape in, like, every time they're shown.
Oh, the Dob Day, yeah.
Like, take the one from MS Igloo. That
Easy on the
thing
front,
is
even.
fucking massive.
Well, they're always big. It's just they normally make it less smooth. I mean, there's one in GBO too. That's where the base is. Like, it's a Dob Day.
It's tiny as fuck.
No, because you only see about like the entire thing from like the clan camp over to the discount lady is only about half the size of the Dob Day.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't pull the trigger on the missiles. There we go.
I don't think you can use them while you're firing your machine gun.
That's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. The Mark III really took me by a surprise. I was not expecting to get that one.
I don't think anybody was, really. You're not the only person who was really, really shocked to see that. There's a bunch of other stuff I would have expected first, I'll put it that way.
I was expecting the Gundam, the Full Armor Mark II before the Mark III.
Yeah. I was expecting, like, maybe the Masala and the Gabfly in before we got to the Mark III, but I guess there's nothing particularly complex about its skills. They're good skills, but they're not anything that's going to require, like, too much in the way of, like, balancing and, and testing time, probably.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to the Mark III. I mean, yeah, the Mark III, because let's be honest, the Mark III is sexy.
Oh yeah, it's a nice design.
That's probably one of the better designed Gundams. But it's just
Do you know there's 3 Gundam Mark III designs that are technically canon?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the AEUG one, which is the one we have. The Earth Federation one called the Eagly, which is probably the worst of the 3. And the Titans one, that is like a weird Zeta Gundam hybrid called the RX-272.
Yeah.
I like that one. But
Yeah, that was kind of hell using the G-Sky. That thing's terrible. I think I would prefer the other one.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's got little bullshit core fighter Vulcans.
Heh.
The core fighter was like notorious for being underarmed as compared to like other fighters.
I kind of like, okay, so has there been any updates or news about new maps or anything?
Don't think they mentioned any
yeah,
lately.
no, not to my knowledge. And then the next one in rotation will probably be a space map. So
Kinda
Yeah.
hope so.
There's supposed to be a bunch of rebalancing done soon, but I haven't.
Yeah.
oh, I can't wait for that. You see how they break it now.
Yeah.
Because as good as the Zeta is, it's kind of underperforming for like what the Zeta is.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the moment level 3 Mark II gets in, no one's going to use the Zeta. Because
Yeah.
Mark II is going to be able to outperform it.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of happy, like, everybody's complaining, or a few people in the Discord, they're complaining about the nerfs to the flight types. Oh, I'm kind of happy, dude. I mean, like, when I shoot a flight type three times with 3 different stunning weapons, and he still doesn't fall, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? He doesn't even have to fall. I wish they would just put him in like a glide where he still has maneuver armor, but he's not in the.
Yeah.
Like I don't like unless I hit him with like a heavy stun.
I mean, I'd take a stun animation in the sky.
Well, that hung pretty hard for me.
Say what?
Yeah, I thought it was my internet for a second.
Why don't we have any boost on the gun tank? I wanna.
Why doesn't the gun tank have? Kind of answers your own.
I wanna know how they even be able to balance something like this with boosters.
Yeah.
I like the Gundam though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just curious what's going to happen, because they said they're going to buff the Hyzak custom, and I'm trying to figure out what it actually needs.
I don't feel like it needs anything. And then you also got them buffing the full armor G3 and what was the other one? The full custom. 2 suits that
Yeah.
I don't feel need any more.
The full custom doesn't necessarily need a boost, but it wouldn't be unwelcome. It would put it in line with more like the broken support types that it's cost and slightly above. So you figure like a 550, they jumped from the FAB type and the full custom and the gun cannon protector to the MLRS.
I don't know. Like, I feel like the full custom performs exceptionally well where it's at already. You give it that shotgun and
it does okay.
Well, no, like you got a shotgun and you're doing 2k damage to a general easy, and 1500 to a support. You're doing a lot of damage for 6 shots.
Yeah.
I hope they did, but I think it's because it's not heavily armored enough. I think they're just going to give it more armor, which I'm all for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More armor is good.
That might just be what they do to the Hyzak custom too, because I don't
Yeah.
actually get caught with that at close range too much, so I don't know how well it actually holds up.
If I remember right, its beam armor's pretty, or it's either its beam or ballistic armor's pretty.
I think
For
it's
what
its
it's-
beam. I know it's its melee.
Well, it's support. All melees have crappy melee resistance.
Yeah.
Except for my Dom Barrage and the heavy gun. I like
The
how
heavy
that-
Gundam, if you don't mod for it, still has bad. Like you have to sacrifice doing damage to become tanky.
Yeah.
Versus if you're getting hit with like a bazooka, it does 1800 damage. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. That's just stock armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even stock armor, it's pretty much even with its ballistic and beam.
Yeah, that's how they normally are. Normally, supports have ridiculously high ballistic and beam, and they're within 5 of each other at worst. It's like the problem with the Mark III. One of the only problems I see with the Mark III is it has terrible beam armor. Terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I can be out there and smack it with another balance type and do 3,000 damage to it. Like,
Alright, sure.
It does have enough slots to really bring the beam armor up if you have the right
oh,
parts, though.
which what you need to worry about, because most things that's 550 and up don't really use beams anymore unless it's or ballistic anymore unless it's a sub-weapon.
Yeah.
With a couple notable exceptions. MLRS being chief among them. The biggest threat. But other than that, like, you have Suits the Run bazookas that aren't necessarily stronger than bazookas that rolled out at like 450 cost. And then a bunch of sub-weapons, like the DJ's little bazooka and Gabera Tetra's 110mm Vulcans in its arm. So, mostly beams.
Yeah.
Do you mind Russian guy?
Well, shoot him. He's only gonna take like 5 hits.
Oh, he's bitching.
Oh, he punched. He protects the attack, but most importantly, he gives these claws back.
Let's catch these claws.
I bet he's enormous.
So I've been grinding out some Gundam Breaker 3. Oh yeah, surprise viewers, I now have Gundam Breaker 3.
What?
Yeah. The only thing good I've been getting was a gold set of arms, and that's it. The rest has just been common
Okay.
gear.
I'm gonna tell you that right now that you've already got really good stuff because you got level 28 and 29 parts to drop off the bat.
No. Like, I've got common gear stronger than those parts already.
Yeah, it's the 28 and 29 parts, like the one that was letting you do 15,000 damage.
Yeah, they're weaker than the setup I already have now.
So,
Except for the weapons. I got a sight that does ice elements and freezes the enemy, which is a little bit broken if you ask me.
and the stun does the same kind of thing. The electric.
Yeah.
And it does DOT too. If I remember right.
I still want to see Rob's last mobile suit.
Oh man, I don't even remember what I was using when I stopped playing that one.
I don't understand.
I
what
can't
they were
remember.
thinking with New Gundam Breaker.
Because okay, so the story behind New Gundam Breaker, if you don't know it, they fired everybody that worked on Gundam Breaker 3. Everybody. They're all gone. They hired a bunch of rejects from Sega, and they were told, like, hey, there's assets, you're just going to come in and remake the game. Well, it turns out they deleted all the assets from Gundam Breaker 3. They're all gone.
Oh.
So they had to redo everything from scratch. And they were already laid off from Sega. So they're a bunch of Sega rejects trying to remake a game from scratch, having never worked on the series before or anything.
Jeez.
So like it's still a horrible game, and it's the worst game in the series. Like the mobile game's even better, but like I feel sorry for them.
Yeah. Like that's a terrible position to get put into.
Yeah, you're told you're just gonna make a new one in the game. You have assets, you have all this stuff. Oh no, we bought Unreal Engine, so we're not even gonna let you port these assets over to Unreal Engine. We're just gonna delete them.
It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, no, Bandai completely mismanaged Gundam Breaker.
I wonder why they.
Yeah.
Wow, Slager's fucking dead. He flew right into that beam.
There was a long time there where pretty much I saw any game or series I liked suddenly moving to Unreal Engine, it was kind of poison. But
yeah, because Bandai doesn't know how to handle it. One of the only games that Bandai moved to Unreal Engine that worked was Ace Combat 7.
I can believe it.
It's because they actually kept the original team on it. Now it added like 2 years to the development time, but it came out good.
Yeah.
But it's the only one out of all the other Bandai games that were like that first batch of we're going to Unreal Engine. Like they came out around getting new Gundam, garbage, all of them.
Yeah, and man, I remember like there were enough things getting ported to Unreal Engine that made me nervous that when I first heard Mighty Number 9 was going to be made in that, it made me extremely nervous, and it's kind of sad that was borne out.
Yeah, that wasn't a problem with the engine though. That was just a problem with game design.
Yeah, a little bit.
I heard that.
I don't
think hard.
It
It
did.
did.
It's not particularly good, sadly.
It did not. It was just very bland. It didn't deliver on any of the promises that it made to be like it was a spiritual successor to Mega Man in like the most basic way possible.
Yeah, now
There was like no innovation.
Yeah. Now what did work as a spiritual successor to its series and actually worked out fine in Unreal Engine, Bloodstained.
Yeah,
That came out really nice.
that's that Castlevania one, right?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
excellent.
I haven't played that game.
I mean, Unreal Engine's been around for forever, and most people can get a lot out of it. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
typical Japanese, we don't understand HD gaming dumbass moves.
Yeah.
That happens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like what happened with Pokemon. Oh, we're going to move to a 3D engine, and it becomes just a massive ordeal.
Well, they did that to themselves because they made a bunch of.
Oh, they did.
Well, these are brand new models for the Pokemon. Then.
Yeah, and X and Y.
Yeah.
That like, oh, we'll upscale these. The X and Y runs bad because there's so much data in here because we've made these to upscale, and we'll never have to make new models again. Proceeds to make new models again.
Yep.
And the best part.
So not only,
And it's been.
and then
proven
not
the
only
games
that, they
on, the new Pokemon games.
You go ahead, Paul.
They're just the ones from the 3DS.
No, they're actually not.
Yeah,
That's the
they
thing.
are.
They had to. Some of them might have been, but they also proved a lot of them weren't. That's why people were like, dude, you said X and Y was going to run bad because you future-proof these models. Where like half of the models of the returning Pokemon are not new models, or are new models,
Oh,
and
jeez.
some of them are old ones. And then also they digged into X and Y, so you know how facial expressions change in Pokemon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know how to animate at the time. So they literally have like 6 different models with different facial expressions that they just swap out to make it appear like it's animated.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
gotta be a tremendous strain on system resources.
It is. That's why X and Y runs like ass. Like
Wow.
they don't understand 3D modeling because especially GameFreak put off 3D modeling for about 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And like the advent of the PS3 and quote-unquote HD gaming really hurt the Japanese market bad and basically killed the entire like AA market
Yeah.
because they didn't like indie's not even triple or not even single A. It's probably like triple B.
Yeah.
So like we used to have so many things in PS2 that were like AA good games. Like they just flooded the market with them. HD gaming comes out, these dudes don't know how to handle it, all those companies close, and we get like the AAA situation we're at right now, where they're about the only game in town, unless you want to do little indie sprite games.
Mm-hmm.
Which is unfortunate. But it's going to keep heading that direction until the bubble pops.
Yep.
Well, actually, this would have been what would have been considered a AA game back on PS. This is a AA game.
Yeah.
And it's a good game. It has its own issues, but it's still comparing it to like the early Medal of Honor games and stuff like that. Its graphics are very comparable. Like they're in there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of the
Yeah.
same problem in just about every creative field at this point. Mid-budget is dead. Something has to be either small enough that 1 or 2 people can finance it, or big enough to make all the money forever.
Yeah. And it's the advent of HD stuff, and everyone wants to be photorealism, because photorealism only lasts for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not photorealistic anymore.
Yep.
That's why things like Gundam and stuff like that can kind of get away with it, because it's already stylized.
Yeah.
But like racing games in particular, photorealism, like if you look at the games that came out at the start of PS4, like Drive Club, which you can't get anymore, and stuff like that, and compare it to the stuff now, there's a big gap.
Yeah.
And they just don't know how to handle it.
No.
All the 1 year work.
Alright, so what
is done.
does that mean? You've unlocked the new route for Amuro, or you have to?
Looks like I gotta continue with everybody else.
Oh no, yeah, you haven't completed all the AEUG.
I got Apple and Roberto to do
I
there.
think that's it.
Play Roberto because he dies quicker.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's just Roberto and a Poly.
Excellent.
Otherwise, everybody
Hit up
else...
Roberto first, the big loser.
I don't remember what he took. I think it was a bazooka in this.
I think it doesn't matter. Use the pistol.
Nope, too late.
No.
Ooh,
But yeah, it's a shame about that, but oh well.
It has been hot in Alabama.
It's been hot everywhere. It's summer now.
Yeah, it's not particularly comfortable here either, but it hasn't hit the 90s yet.
Well, it was like 95 today.
Ugh.
Yeah. And as crappy as I felt, that didn't make me feel any better.
No.
Yeah, it was like 88 here with 86%.
Yeah, he just poisoned for stress headaches.
I think this is my very first one, and I'm not having fun.
No.
No.
Because this type of headache really sucks the fun out of everything. Like, I would get excited doing good in GBO, and then all of a sudden my head would be like, hey, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
No, none of that.
Yeah. I had what I thought were stress headaches for a long time, but most of them turned out to be like sinus or muscle tension. Benadryl helped me for a long time, and if that didn't work, like icy hot directly on the back of my neck and like right at the base of the base of the neck helped.
Oh, I'm gonna try that icy hot one.
You could always get head on applied directly to the forehead.
And I don't suffer any sinus problems or anything like that, but damn, this headache.
Oh, I missed it. Did Capricorn scream, Amelia?
No.
Oh, that's a bit.
I like the different colored beam sabers.
Yeah. Salty. One more quiz time.
No.
What are the Vulcans called on the Rick Diaz?
Aren't they called Fleck? Oh, fuck, I can't pronounce it. It's like P-H-E-L-E-X.
Phalanx, yes.
Yeah,
You are correct.
Yes, that's the one.
Well done, Salty. Big brain on you.
No.
Yes.
Is there
You're
a
a
Rick
70s
Diaz
porn
canon?
stash man. No, I don't believe so.
Oh, that's big sad. Rick Diaz would look cool as
I guess the
closest.
closest one would be the Shrizum Diaz with those big binders that have beam cannons in them.
They have
I didn't realize they did.
Nor did I.
I think it has beam cannons on the top of them.
Wouldn't mind getting that at some point.
I mean, they have that like 1.5 generation Rick Diaz they've been reprinting now, so maybe we'll get a Shrizum Diaz out of that HGUC.
Oh, did they actually modify the mold?
Yeah, slightly, because they made that Build Divers Gamma Gundam build type or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it's like the prototype Rick Diaz, and they made a lot of those parts into a P Bandai version of the Rick Diaz with the upgraded parts.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, so they made slight changes to it. It's like it's more of a 1.5 than a 2.0.
Yeah, because I had
imagine
the.
You had the what?
Oh, I had the Black Rick DS many years ago. Don't think
Yeah,
I have it anymore.
I know Zaku Aurelius put out a video on like the newer Rick Diaz, so if you want to look that up.
I actually hear that new high-grade Rick Diaz is kind of poo.
I mean, it's because it's poo because it's using the old Rick Diaz parts in a lot of areas.
Which I think wasn't it like one of the first like 3 or 4 HD
Yeah,
Universal Century kits?
So,
Yeah.
It's old.
Then why bother at that point then?
Because it has new parts on it, and people don't want to go buy a 15-year-old model. So P Bandai's like, here's a cheap, well, relatively cheap upgrade to that.
Stupid.
I mean, for people who want a new Rick Diaz kit, like Rob's like, oh, I used to have Rick Diaz. That'd be like, oh, hey, here you go, $30. Cheers.
Yeah.
Spread out and attack.
I mean, I mean, at that point, it's a case of a slight upgrade being better than nothing, because
Yeah, because they're not in a rush to make a new Rick Diaz. The Rick Diaz isn't a popular design.
no.
The fact that they got a Build Divers version of it that looks cool is surprising.
Not the black one.
Yeah.
Not the,
Oh yeah, no Vulcans.
yeah. I need to start
Vulcans are
using my-
lame. Beam guns.
I need to start using my Rick Davis and GBO too. I've used it all about like 3 times now.
At least you have one.
More to do.
I still don't have no Rick Diaz.
I like all the animation for the thrusters and stuff. Kind of wish GBO did a little bit more with the thrusters.
Yeah.
Get slashed. Well,
After Vegina's Rick Diaz, $23.
Okay.
So, and thankfully now, if people didn't know, Bandai is expanding to the United States, and they have their own website with a U.S. distribution.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna come out here in October when they get their shipment in.
I like that attack.
I mean,
I forgot about that move.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I mean, if it's better than the old Rick Diaz kit.
Yeah. Which was, at the time, it was certainly decent, but that was like 20 years.
Yeah.
What was that Weeaboo Samurai attack?
The Weeaboo Samurai attack. What do you want?
I don't think he's ever done that in the show.
And in other news, the coolest looking gym from the MSD line's coming out. The Knights.
Yeah, I seen that. I hear it's actually gonna be a really good kit.
Yeah. Well, all the Origin stuff has actually been a really good kit. The only thing wrong with the Origin is they put out 30 different Zaku. Yeah. And they're all based on the same Zaku too.
Well, the Zaku 2 is the best model suit, did you know? Low key, 100%.
But I think it's a really good mold.
It is.
It's just they made so many.
Yeah.
And they made 3 versions of Char's Zaku too, specifically Char's.
Yeah.
So it's
I never did.
Oh, you know why?
Char's coloration.
I mean, it's fine.
Oh, fuck, that hurts.
It's Tropical Rose. And 7.
Ooh, you know when you breathe funny or just breathe and something hurts? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Ooh, looks. So that's why you hear me
stop breathing.
Yeah, okay. That's like what the job said. Tell them, hey, I'm having trouble breathing. Can I do a different job? Oh, you'll get used to it. Squeeze me?
You'll get used to not breathing.
Yes. You will go into lung failure and everything will be fine.
That place sounded like a giant heap of OSHA violations, I swear.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Oh, hey, Baron, what's up? What's up, my guy? You got my favorite.
Now, I get that some things, it's certain slight irritations you will just have to get used to, but breathing isn't one of those.
Yeah.
No. Burn!
Wait, did they get... Okay, so I just now realized they got the same type of machine gun fire noise for, in this game that they do in GBO. I'm quite happy about this.
Probably because Bandai owns... Probably because Bandai owns sound effects.
It was kind of interesting. I wound up getting a set of DVDs of some of the Japanese Transformers shows from the 80s, because they kept going for about 3-4 years after we stopped. And
Victory and Headmasters and all them.
Yeah, I'm watching Master Force right now, and that is using a lot of Zeta sound effects.
That sounds about right.
All the guns are Zeta beam rifles.
Alright, stupid question, because I don't know much about Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an American-made show, or is that Japanese?
They are all Japanese. Toei Animation, of course, did at least a fair bit of the animation for the U.S. show. And once the U.S. show stopped here, around season 4 of the U.S. show was 4 episodes, and so they went on and made their own shows, which are kind of related to the U.S. shows, but increasingly less so. Headmasters was the next one. It has the cast of the U.S. show, but if you're expecting anything written like the U.S. show, don't. Also,
I like that. Not to cut you. I like that Galvatron survives planetary explosions and shit. Gets his ass beat by an iceberg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Somebody help me! That English dub that always gets me.
Oh yes, that is the best part. The fact that
it's Filipino English dub or something like that.
It was done by a Hong Kong firm that also dubbed cheap kung fu movie dubs for
There you go.
for like most of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Somebody help me.
If you want to see the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life, search YouTube for "Darn That Soundwave Comparison."
Oh yeah.
Because that. Let me see if that comes up the way I hope it does.
If it does,
But,
then link that to me.
Sure. But yeah,
But yeah,
I was showing
it's
this.
Oh,
Let's see. It's like the third thing down. I will put a link.
like we complain about Gundam's power scaling. Like Transformers power scaling is the dumbest shit of all time.
That shit's
Yeah.
everywhere. It's not even funny.
Literally, or like I said, Galvatron survived the planet blown up. Gets fucking deep by an iceberg falling on him, like an earthly iceberg.
All right, I gotta do some stuff real quick. Give me a second.
Sure.
Alrighty. One Mississippi.
I swear to God, McLeod, you know,
Swear to me.
I've absorbed salt from lesser beings.
But yeah, just besides the quality of the dub, the naming convention.
Oh, that's better.
Just let's see. Blaster in the course of the show, Blaster is killed and comes back in the Japanese version as a new version of himself called Twincast. Starts out as Billy and becomes Black.
Nice.
But probably my favorite though is Fortress Maximus's spaceship mode in the Japanese version is called something like the Space Battleship, and in this dub it is Spaceship Bruce.
Nice. Bruce.
Yes.
Bruce.
He's just Philip.
I want the line in that to be "Don't bring me down, Bruce."
Oh,
Yeah.
I want that to appear. Yeah, Salty's favorite song.
no.
Oh.
What is your favorite song there, Rob?
My favorite song?
Yeah.
I can't pick just one. There's too much.
All right, give us
I
your
agree.
top list of 3.
Still not really possible, but let me think for a minute.
I'll jut in there. I'll probably say Led Zeppelin, When the Levee Breaks, Alice in Chains, Rotten Apples, and Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight.
I have this problem.
Unironically.
I have this problem whenever anybody asks me to list my top anything, my mind just goes completely blank.
Your brain wants.
Mm-hmm. Like just the idea of having, you know, I think, yeah, I used that metaphor a couple of weeks ago on something we were talking about, and just it's no, that was on the podcast. Someone was asked me to list my top something, and years ago someone you know someone I knew was asked to list their like top 3 something, you know, out of like so many. It's like asking which 2 kittens do you kill out of.
Okay, that one dark. Oh no.
3. I'm not. Man.
Oh yeah, it's just chugging along.
Yeah, I was just told I
one
can't stream
frame.
this game.
One frame every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's catching up slowly. They just did like 60 frames a second catching up.
Yes, at Game Boy resolution, but it is moving.
It's hanging in there.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
picking
you
up
need
a
to
little
keep.
bit.
Don't get awfully killed in 3 seconds. That would be awful.
I wonder if I do that.
There you go. Whatever you just did, it worked because it's perfect now.
We're heading back.
But
Minus that evasion rate, because that's far less than perfect.
Oh, Roberto gets the memo, eh?
Yeah,
Nice.
because Rick Diaz's are kind of expensive to maintain. They're only used for commanders, and Roberto's got a porn stash, so he can't be a commander.
Well, let's be nimble for shits and giggles.
Roberto, ready to launch.
I guess you found him, Salty.
Yeah, I found him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think my 3 favorite songs would be "Highwaymen" by Johnny Cash and his friends.
Commencing countdown.
I would do "Anything for Love" by Meatloaf. And let's see what else.
But I won't do that.
Yeah. And I know this is gonna be a really weird one, but I don't care. Shark Fighter by Aquabats.
What
There
the
you go.
fuck?
What? You got a problem with that choice?
Maybe. Aquabats were the kids band, right?
I don't know actually. Some of their stuff isn't, I would say, isn't for kids. Like, they make sexual jokes and shit in some of their songs.
Well, like, you know what? You could have said something from Tenacious D, and that would have been better.
Oh,
And I
I
wouldn't
do
have
like
questioned it.
Tenacious D, like,
When you say Aquabats, I start going,
I do like Tenacious D though.
You know, Jack Black has a gaming YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I think
and he
he's
doesn't
like
post
played one
fucking
game
nothing.
on.
No, he doesn't even
Yeah, he
post
put-
anything. His first day on the channel, he had 1 million subs, and that pissed me off.
Yeah. Well, he's Jack Black.
Yeah.
And he also posted like he went like we're gonna play a game today. And it was just like a bunch of pinball machines, and he played pinball. You know what? That's fair.
There's got to be a market for that. I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
I've never gone looking for pinball YouTube. I'm sure it exists, but
I'm sure Lupin already follows it.
probably.
I can't really follow that joke because I don't know Lupin that much.
Lupin played a bunch of pinball games on his console.
I really hate fighting these guys.
Yeah,
Well, don't get hit by a sea serpent, and you're fine. Or that.
Yeah.
Or that into a sea serpent. Yeah, get combo breaker. Yeah, out of here.
But no, I after thinking about it for basically entirely too long, I have at least come up with a couple of my favorite albums, which are
That works.
Flood by They Might Be Giants and Heavy Weather by Weather Report.
Oh, I have a thing for you. I'll save that for later. JoJo's a powerful thing.
Oh yes.
I just can't, like, it's the art style for JoJo that's the reason why I just can't get into it.
That's like the least thing I hear people say. It's the art style.
To me, it's the art style. I just don't like it. It just looks really weird to me, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
You know, Bazaar's in the title, right?
True.
And the thing is, it just kind of it's gone on so long. It has like 2 or 3 distinct art styles. Really, it starts out looking like weirder Fist of the North Star, and then just goes off on a couple of even weirder tangents as time goes on.
So like 1 and 2 are the same art style. I would say 3 and 4, or 3 is kind of the hybrid art style. 4 is its own art style. 5 is an improvement of 4. Then 6, 7, and 8 are just fucking wherever it wants to be.
Oof.
Yeah.
Horse race with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got a gym too. Wow, they're really giving Roberto all the garbage here.
Yeah, he's getting
Well, I mean-
progressively worse mobile suits here.
I mean, he did die like super early.
Yeah.
It's kind of rewarding that. It's like you suck.
I don't think we're gonna get the Messala.
Oh, we will.
Probably eventually.
I'm annoyed it's not the first transformable mobile suit we got.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
does annoy the shit out of me. But I don't know. I just feel like because a lot of the things I've read about it, it's not stated as a mobile suit. It's considered a mobile armor.
Well, I mean, it's still mobile. It's only because they didn't have a concept of what transformable mobile suits were yet. Now, granted, it was made mostly to cruise in its transformed state and not really engage in mobile suit combat, but it could engage in. I mean, it has a beam saber.
Yeah.
That it holds. It's not like grafted to its body. It's just I have a beam saber handle. Jared says nah because he's in a cool mobile suit.
No.
Yeah,
To
I
me,
know you hate that, but
it is.
it's
It's
too
just-
cool for you.
I don't see you having one in Gundam Breaker.
I do. I have one that's painted in AEUG colors from this game, actually.
Well,
So,
Pixar didn't
miss
happen.
me with that. Okay, I'll send it to you later.
I'll just block you so you can't send it to me.
Bro, you just mad. You try to expose me saying, oh, you like the buyer like so much, why don't you have one? I'm like, bitch, I do. Yeah, I have it
Oh,
painted in the AEUG colors.
I don't know why. I just dislike it. To me, it's the most atrocious looking thing next to the bound dog.
It's cause you have no taste.
I do have taste.
Very poor taste.
No.
You. I'm sure Heavy could say you have very poor taste about other things, but I'm not in that chat, so I'm not gonna say that. I better not use Heavy. That one guy might get me confused for him again and tell me to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Void person.
No, this was a different one.
A different one?
Yeah, this was a different one.
Did he ever respond? I don't remember who that was.
I don't think he did, no. Perhaps it's best to leave it at that.
I could go for some German chocolate cake. I'm not gonna lie.
You go for some good taste in mobile suits too, but no.
Well, it's not the. It's not the. It's not that thing. That's for sure. The fire link.
Of course, it's the Firelink. Man, you like the perfect Zeong broadsword. Your opinion is automatically valid.
You're fucking. Rob, how do you feel about the perfect Zeong's broadsword?
I think it's kind of silly, but I like it anyway. But that's kind of a lot of Gundam stuff when you get down to it.
Yeah.
Hey,
This
well.
is war, he says.
Yeah. As I get shot by Barzans.
Because Opoly's fucking dead.
Yeah. Nothing of value was lost.
Hey man, it's all Faw's fault anyway.
Was it Faw's fault?
Yeah, he was saving Faw from Jared.
Oh. Oh yeah, when she went and decided to look for somebody in that ship, if I'm not mistaken.
And Jared's like, this is war, and proceeds to shoot him in the cockpit. I feel like that should be something that should be delivered in like Old Boy from Judge Dredd when he says law in a really weird way.
I haven't
Like he
seen
just
that movie
overacts
yet.
the word law. The old Judge Dredd, not the new.
Oh.
With good old Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't.
Jared.
He's such a weird actor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not as weird as the guy who said law.
Not as weird as that guy that says attacking.
Yeah. That's a Gabaldi. You don't want to target that.
Yeah. Well, Jared, you did that one to yourself. I'm not gonna lie.
Jared about to do a number on you again.
Yeah, I'm just trying to lunge at me, and I'm not too sure why he continuously tries to do it.
Because if you're close enough range, you can't get out of the way in time.
I will eventually shoot you down, Jared.
Well, you'll do one better than Opoly.
I don't like. I had to explain to a few people as to they didn't understand where Opoly and Roberto came from. They're like, well, they're Char's wingman. Could you like not? I was about to shoot him.
Well, at least your gauge is charged again.
Yeah. You lose the leg. You might as well get hit and see what you lose this time.
It's
Well, there
it's
you
his
go.
head.
Speaking of heads, that Gamma Gundam, the Build Divers one, its sight on its big mega particle cannon is a Rick Diaz head.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I got a
super
Rick
weird.
Dom. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
because
Okay.
you know that's his suit from the 1 Year War. He was
Yeah.
a Rick Dom pilot. Play it, no balls.
I got all.
Oh, look at that
those.
Federation colored Rick Dom. Look at him.
Oh, nice.
I do like that paint scheme though. Ow.
Oh, yeah.
What's bad is probably the Rick Dom's probably more agile than the Rick Diaz in this game.
That's sharp. Come on, Char. Let's teach you.
Do that
fools.
side slash. Oh yeah, listen to that unique sound effect.
Oh,
Oh, that Gaza seat said get that physical shit out of here.
yeah. Why did they cut down the ammunition on Bazooka so much?
I don't know.
'Cause in the first-
Balance
like-
reasons, I guess. Because you gotta remember, this was an arcade game, so maybe there's like people just sitting back and shooting with the Rick Dom all the time.
Scirocco, you're a terrible person.
He really is.
Yes.
Scirocco is human garbage. Despite him being a big, strong new type.
And he's getting ass kicked by a fucking Rickdom.
Rickdom, yeah. It's because he can block beams, but he can't block physical.
Oh, I hear.
Come on.
Cancer. Yeah.
Can't you just wait until that's added to GBO?
No.
Oh, that should be fun.
Because I feel like they're gonna be like the Soccer Commune arms, but they're gonna follow. Like,
Dude, they're gonna be actual funnels.
They're gonna
Like, they're,
you
like,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Scirocco's out of here. Oh, but Hamon's right there.
This is unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
Come on, leave me alone. Please. Come on.
No.
Please.
No. Decapitated.
I'm all about that coming at me. Completely ignored Char.
I can't.
Cause she's like, who's in my Rick Dom? Like, get out of here.
Come on, why you do this?
No one uses the Rick Dom in GBO anymore.
No.
No one. And when they do, they get their ass beat.
I would if it could take the 90mm
Mm.
and not the 120.
Yeah, the 120 sucks. It's iconic, but it sucks.
Yeah.
It's all over now.
Oh, okay. I got a sword too. Oh. Oh, so now I can't even guess what this week's suit's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because that Mark III just comes out of left field, and I was just like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
I'm surprised I still haven't gotten a drop on the Gundam ground type full armor. I really want that.
Yeah.
Do you have it yet?
Yeah, I do have that. I don't have the full armor B type yet.
That's a fun suit. I like it, but I just don't see what they can do to upgrade it. Like, it already performs really well. I guess what they could do is increase its speed. The buff I would give it would just give it more thrust, because it has absolutely nothing. It's got the same amount as a Zaku cannon.
Ooh.
Which suit?
The full armor type B.
Oh, yes. Don't let him get away. Phase him down.
Oh, he's gonna get away.
Nah, melee the shit out of him.
Oh, that
Oh, no.
fucking...
Oh, there's so many funnels on you right now, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, you almost got him.
Nope.
Oh,
Yep, I got
Hamon
shot by
says
all
no.
those. Yeah, Hamon's like she's not a very nice person, let's just say that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's understatement of the year.
We have to
You know, I probably should
Come on.
upgrade one of my suits. I haven't done that yet.
Should upgrade the Rick Dom.
Let's not update the Rick down.
No, update the Rick Dom, coward.
I'm gonna have to give you a hard pass on that one.
You're a hard pass.
I am a hard pass.
Anyone else think it's weird how long it took them to make the second colony at Side 7? Since you're standing in it.
I guess.
But you figure like 0080, 7 years, you haven't even finished the colony yet, and then you turn it into a laser. You turn into a laser quicker than you built it.
Yeah, that's the type of shit that makes no sense to me. Like, it takes you forever to do a colony, but yeah, it took you like maybe two weeks to change it into a weapon.
Yeah. Because I know, like, oh, well, life support and artificial gravity, and like, so, like, yeah, I get that, but laser dough. Like the power generation and focusing and targeting systems and all kinds of shit.
And the cooling and all that, you just pull this out of your ass.
They did. They did pull it out of their ass.
Amazing that
Seema Beyond the Grave is so angry right now. More colony lasers. More of them. Now, question, is this the same, like, is this, do they just move Grips 2 all the way out next to the sun in Unicorn, and, like, keep it as a colony laser? Or is that a new colony laser?
that I don't know.
Good question.
I like
Stupid
that
space
design,
magic.
that's cool.
Okay, also question about that attack scene in Unicorn where it's, like, the 3 levels and it's, like, stopping the colony from hitting. Or your colony laser from hitting. So it goes Banagers.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. It goes Banagers, shield funnels, Banager, and then Riddy. Okay, so there are 3 levels of that. So that whole time Banager should be getting cooked by like that 2nd level.
Yep.
Because he's not stopping it, it's passing through his barrier and hitting Riddy's final barrier. Like, fucking Unicorn. Like, narrative made Unicorn so much worse retroactively, because you could kind of try and explain away all the Unicorn space magic as, like, EMPs and stuff like that.
Mm.
And then, nah, it's just literal space magic, bro, because narrative says so. And I can shoot time at you.
That's why we don't
Fucking
speak of narrative.
Fucking hate narrative. I hate that director so much. Ruined my UC.
I have no idea what the hell he was thinking.
He was thinking space magic, clearly.
No.
It's like, I'm a wizard.
You're
Not a pen.
You're a hairy wizard.
Not a pinball wizard, sadly. No pinball. Look, it's the Guavin. It's behind you. In its horrible JPEG. Or is it Guavin? I don't remember. They all sound the fucking same.
I think.
What is that? Is that the thing that looks like a giant space cannon over there?
No, that's Grips too.
No,
The
not that,
Guavin
not
is
that.
the red shit. The red ship that is behind you. But now you have to worry about Hammond.
I'll try to look at that thing right in the background right there. What is that?
Oh, that's
No,
the
that's the Jupiterus. Yeah, that's Scirocco ship.
Oh.
No, the Guavin, as far as I know, is still the largest carrying capacity outside the Dolos. Because it could carry 100 mobile suits by itself. Like, it basically carried half the Axis fleet.
Oh, hi, Mark.
People like Mark II.
Yeah.
Puru? The fuck?
I don't really remember this mission with her being here.
Yeah, she's not supposed to be, but also you're not supposed to be alive, so what?
Yeah.
Who cares?
This is a little broken. Too cubulate, lovely.
It's not over yet. That's right. You tell him, Roberto. Tell Salty to stop whining. And be like, get in there. It's time to go.
It's not ogre. It's never ogre.
No, it's ogre, because this is his swamp. But
Damn bits. Hate those things.
funnels. Bits don't have their own...
Whatever.
Bits have their own generator. Funnels have to go and recharge. Which is why the fin funnels on the new Gundam are mislabeled, because they have their own, or they don't have... Or they have their own generator. I think it says somewhere in a technical thing they have their own generator, so they can stay out longer.
I find it hard to believe that Roberto would be strong enough to go toe-and-toe with him on.
I mean, that's why this is a video game. Why is Puru 2 here? Or Puru 1? Or possibly Cassilia clone. We don't know, because it's all muddled now. Was Puru a clone all along? Who knows? She's fucking dead.
That hurt.
There ain't nothing left of her to fucking scan. She got disintegrated.
Come on, you almost dead. Take it. The
Like, as much as...
time.
There you go. As much dumb bullshit as they have been pulling, I want them to just straight up say, yeah, Glimmy wasn't lying, he's a clone of Giran. Although they're like, just really ask, like, yeah, no, he super is.
We're heading back.
I didn't like Glimmy. I found him.
No one liked Glimmy, he's a sniveling little asshole. He also just wanted to get his dick wet with Rue, and Rue's like, no, you're gross, get out of here.
Get out of here, you nerd.
And then she sniped him to death, and everyone cheered. The third greatest headshot in Gundam.
The Humbre.
Haru was a terrible pilot. Like half the pilots on the Argama and Double Zeta were just awful.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Are you coming with us?
I hated Peru with a passion. Her constant.
Yeah, you know who really likes Puru?
Not Judo.
Heavy. And Puru too, especially.
But I just found her voice actor absolutely annoying. I was like, oh.
In what her original Japanese or any of the English interpretations?
Both.
I thought her Japanese was good. It's like the Dynasty Warriors version of her. It's like she plays Puru too good, but playing Puru with like a weird and like light bubbly inflection on her voice doesn't do it any favors.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat Capcom's ass. He sucks too. How did he ever become a test pilot for the Gundams?
Oh, Rob. I
Yes.
sadly had a request to do the Dom Tropin with the machine gun, and I absolutely fucking hated it.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, that was cancer. I mean, if it was the 90mm, like as I said in the video, if you take the machine gun out on the Dom Tropin, it should be able to dual wield the 90mm and
Oh,
the
damn.
120.
Oh, that would be nice.
As far as I'm concerned with the Dom Tropin, at least it's got the grenade launcher on it instead of just being a 120.
I would much rather just have the bazooka at that point.
I mean, yeah, but it gives you more options. You're just talking about, like, you want options on your suits. You have options.
That's a terrible option, though.
No, it's not bad.
The 120 is bad.
Well, see, at least that's a little bit better 120.
You
It
would
has
think
slight-
it would
slight-
actually, you think it would shoot faster because, you know, it's actually modified and has a decent stock on it. Even though Rob doesn't like that.
Unlike
Yeah.
what?
Oh, the like
The-
real
yeah.
gun looking stock on the
Oh.
modified 120.
I mean, it makes more sense, because what the Zaku 2 stock is just like a weird bump stock, and like... It's made to like mount on the Zaku's chest, like to like rest against the chest and have that be the bump stock, but like, the Zaku shouldn't be able to hold it like that.
No, I've never had one that could.
Yeah, so it's I think that's why they changed it, because like, hey, this is a good idea, it's physically impossible to do though. So they just put like an actual stock on it. It's still better than like the 120 mid-type that all it gets is a fucking barrel shroud and a weird handle that you would never carry a gun like that if you had a mobile suit, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, the barrel shroud's fine, and then it's got like that weird-ass like handle. You're just supposed to carry it by the barrel? Like, no. You literally have a thing on your back where it can mount. Like, why would you need this handle? And it's also not good in GBO. That version of the 120. It's like I'd rather just have a regular 120 at that point. Like it's not even.
Yeah.
Why is this a thing?
If it acted
Thankfully-
like the Hyzax machine gun
Yeah.
or just shot faster, I would like all of those slow firing machine guns need a fire rate boost.
No, they don't need a fire rate boost. They need an accuracy boost because then it'd be fine. It would even out. The DPS would completely even out versus the fast firing but inaccurate short barrel machine guns. You'd have the long barrel, slow firing, really accurate machine guns, and you could pick parts apart better. That like in the description of every fucking machine gun in GBO2, all this breaks parts easily. Not when it has the bloom of a shotgun. It's like I literally saw a shot come out of one of my 120s that went off in a 45-degree angle off to the right. I'm like, what? Like, you figure in the far future, where we've developed mobile suits, they can, get the bloom down on a fucking artillery piece that's a 120mm. But, nah.
I like that animation. That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Except for that, me booting Char in the face, but...
It's also super weird, because, like, the 120 was, like, at the time Gundam was being made, was, like, the gun of the future.
Yeah.
Like, tanks now are getting, like, big 120s put on them and stuff, and it's like, you figure by now they would have figured that shit out. I mean, by now they actually have figured that stuff out. You figure by then in Gundam, they're like, yeah, no, we're just gonna fix it. But no.
Yeah.
And then the 90mm, the smaller ones, they were all, it's mostly American stuff. And oddly enough, the 100's Soviet, so I don't know why so much Federation stuff uses 100mm rounds.
Hmm.
I don't think we had... I know we had 103s and weird guns like that. We didn't have many 100mm flats.
Yeah.
That's all Soviet shit. And they didn't even use it for that long. Mawa! Wait, when was Mawa? When was Mawa at Jaburo?
I don't think she was. I think this is... Or maybe no, because this is before his death, so... I'm not too sure.
No, it's like right after Kakrakon's death. Yeah, she's not assigned to them yet. I mean, it's whatever. Because... Well, no, Opoly was at the... Because he went back to space on the shuttle. So, like, I don't know, man.
It doesn't matter if he did.
Yeah. So it's like Goof about to be.
Alright.
Alright! I'm sad we'll never get public units launching in this game. Never.
I like how water in this game is just green.
Yeah.
Xeon Zaku green.
Because muddy and nasty. Yeah, so Roberto's dead. I got shipped back. That's why there's that gap. He was launched on the shuttle.
Well, shouldn't there be like, hey, he survived coming up this way?
Well,
Then?
no.
Huh.
Because this is a side bitch character that doesn't matter.
Oh.
They're not gonna have that.
Opoly, ready to launch.
There's a lot of side switching in Zeta Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entering the combat
Political intrigue, bro. It's a space opera. Get used to it.
Yeah. Well, at least during this playthrough, we'll finally finish off the AEUG. Until we unlock, like, the other side.
The orange routes. Yeah.
Which is
I like that one of the routes is literally just the 1 year war, but it's Zeta, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Then-
it's the Z project replaces the V project.
Well, that's alright, because then Amuro gets the Zeta Gundam and double Zeta Gundam.
Off the bat, yeah. What, bro, them Hyzaks? Take, like, 4 beam rifle shots to kill. They tanky. It's got, like, a hard mode
Ow, that hurt.
version.
Hmm.
Look at that flip. Look at that cool flip.
What is-
Uh-oh,
what's
we got the gap play.
What's the Rick Davis' counter in video?
I don't remember.
I think it's just a standard counter.
That upsets
Yeah.
me. Because they could have done something like this. Dude,
Mhm.
do you mind?
Dude, all the Zeta stuff is super lazy. Like, it's cool and it runs good, but, like, there's barely any new animation.
Gaplin's got a custom
Yeah.
counter.
But, like-
so I know the
oh,
gap
wow.
one's good, but I am terrible with it.
It's kind of tough
I don't
to
have
use. Just
Well, like
because
the
it is big.
The Zeta in particular has just a standard counter. The DJ, I'm super disappointed. It's got a standard counter.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a cool melee animation.
Well, they have the Goof VDs, or yeah, the VDs. I feel like it.
They have the Goof VD, they have the Gelgoop VD, which is another beam Naginata that they could have just put on the Daedra, and it had cool down swings and
Well, it
twirl
does-
its wrist.
Well, it
and-
does have half the VD's downswing though. It does half.
Yeah. It does the last half, yeah, but the front half's the cool one because it's a straight 90-degree slice, so it hits stuff it wouldn't normally hit. Sarah Zaviero. Look at her get her ass beat.
I am still disappointed that they. Okay, so what are they gonna do to buff the Marasai? Because I don't feel like it needs a buff.
I mean, no one plays it.
I've had a lot of requests for it, so I've wound up playing it quite a lot. I'm not sure what you could really do for it to make it better. It's one of those weird things where I feel like it's fine the way it is, but I have a really hard time getting good rounds with it too.
They'll probably just decrease the time between moves and stuff like that, and that would probably fix it.
Yeah, just they could reduce the recovery time on the Sea Serpent just tiny, and I'd be happy.
I feel like what they're gonna change is the what's that long rifle?
Oh,
Fading
the-
rifle.
The Phaeton.
Yeah.
Yeah, because from what I've seen and what I've fought, the Fading rifle's kind of shit. is
That's
not
a-
that good.
It's because people try and play it like a sniper, and it's not made to be a sniper. It's like a mid-range support gun.
Yeah. A mid-range support gun that gives you an extra melee swing.
Yeah. Like, it's made to, like, facilitate you getting in versus being a cool sniper guy, which is how
Yeah.
most people play it.
I want to get a hold of that. I don't have it yet, and I really want to see how it plays.
I have this. I have the weapons. I have all the weapons for Marsai. I don't have a Marsai. No. It's like the Hyzak for a long time. I had all level 2 weapons for Hyzak. Didn't get a Hyzak until like 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
The Hyzak's,
And now I'm waiting for the same thing. I have both Hyzaks now, so I'm content.
the Hyzak's good. I don't care what anyone says. The Hyzak can hold its own.
Regular Hyzak's okay. Yeah, like it's fine. Hyzak custom's good.
Oh yeah.
That's, again, I don't see why it needs a buff. Not custom.
Probably
Yeah.
just because at the cost it's at, there are so many melees that are just bullshit. It needs to be able to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Okay.
the suit itself, yes, it feels good, but then you're fighting PO2s and Gabera Tetras and D3s that have dodge rolls now and all kinds of dumb shit. They just need to be able to keep pace. Hell, the Mark II fucks it up because of the massive Mark II melee ability it has.
Yeah, so they may just up the melee defense on it.
Yeah. The Mark II kind of replaces raids at times, and
Yeah.
it's silly it can do that. Dungle!
And I just hate Dunkel's name.
Huh.
That is like.
It's because you want to dunk him, but you can't. You lack the ability.
As I shaved off all that.
Wow, he's getting fucked though. You gotta dunk on him though. Oh, he tried to sea surf and just get him? Oh, they get the behind the back shot. There you go. Yazon's the fucking best.
No, he's not. He's like the
He-
worst. So
No, he's the worst because he's the best and he's completely unapologetic about everything. It's like, yeah, I killed a bunch of people. What of it? It's war, right? I'm a soldier and I like killing people.
Oh,
Oh, nice dodge. Yeah.
Get him, Faye or Fa, whatever the hell your name is.
I think that's Rekla in that, because this is the mission she gets, she gets captured. Or something during this one. That's when she comes up with the idea when she gets out.
To
To,
piss off and join the enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I think she sees Sirocco one time and she just gets all of flustered.
Oh, I want him in my pantaloons.
And she gets mad Sirocco was just using her. It's like, yeah, sure. Oh, you got the mobile armored death animation. Nice.
That was pretty cool. Yo, what's up?
Yeah, back shot.
Like I don't know. Like I don't fucking like Lekula whatsoever.
You're not supposed to. She's a traitor, but like she makes valid points that women in Universal Century are just used by powerful men in general.
And then she gets.
Except for Haman, because she's just like, fuck that shit.
You would think she would have joined Xenon at that point.
She hates Xeon. She's not fighting. She likes Sirocco, so she joined Sirocco's faction. She didn't join the Titans. She joined Sirocco's faction of the Titans.
And then proceeds to get shit on and pretty much.
Yeah. And gets mad, and she's just like, I'm tired of men using women. And Emma's like, well, you fucking let your emotions let that happen. Like, that's not men in general. That's just you being a dumbass. And she's like, no, fuck you. And Emma's like, no, really, fuck you, though, and kills her.
I like the JPEG of the moon.
Yeah. It's like that JPEG of Axis about to smash the gate of Zidane.
Yep. Apollo needs a nose job.
I really don't like that the Federation renamed everything after the 1 year war. It's so stupid. Like, even then, like, Side 7, granted, Side 7 didn't have a name yet, so it's fine, they named it Grips. But then naming Side 7's first colony as Green Noah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
And then, like, Canopith Island. What the hell's a Canopith? What the hell's this is Dan?
Yeah.
I think that one has to do with, Muslim, theology and stuff. I don't know what the fuck Canopith is. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't think anyone knows.
Alright, time for a shitty joke. You guys know why it's called a chicken coop?
Because it coops up chickens?
No. Because it has 2 doors. They had 4 doors, it'd be a chicken sedan.
Oh.
Oh.
That's the type of noise you make when you feel like a couple brain cells die.
Well, no, why isn't it just called a chicken tooter? Like Tudor, Tudor. That's like how they used to say two-door on cars. Your joke's falling apart, Salty, and you don't know how to handle it.
No, I kind of feel bad for making Rob hate me just a little bit more. He was just like, fuck this, man.
But yeah, the fact that they contracted two-door down to Tudor always, like, I was like, why? A Tudor coupe. I think Ford did it. I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure it was Ford.
Yeah.
But it was in the 30s, and I don't know. I guess they wanted money back. The Model A didn't do great.
I love the music in this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, DS hates all the Zeta tracks pretty much.
Well,
So I'm happy you like them.
DS also plays nothing but meta and doesn't know what fun is. Like, I'm always apprehensive about joining his rooms when he does have one open. I'm like, because I know he's not going to like my suit choice.
Don't worry, you won't be on the team anyway.
Well, he usually puts me on his team.
Oh, that's good. Like how Jared just read the shit out of you and said, nah, you ain't hitting me with that weak shit.
Then I proceed to shoot Camille, so...
Yeah.
My head's starting to hurt.
What?
Again. Oh.
Ah! He stole the kill.
You're a punk, and I hope you know it.
He's just like all the other Zeta players in GBO, stealing all the kills. Oh, look at my score at the end of it. Look at that damage you didn't do, though.
Opoly heading back.
What? Did that Gabaldi team kill that guy? Is that Gabaldi I just showed, or was that...
Oof, I gotta go. Ow, that hurts.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, use that. I dare you.
The Gogur's
Time
actually
we-
decent. Huh?
It is about the time we usually call it if you want to rest your head here.
Well, we only got like 1 or 2 more missions to do, so...
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna upgrade this Gogug because I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it.
All the way.
Why not?
Yeah.
Opoly heading out.
I got the
3-star Gelgoog.
Hell yeah.
Fine dining at its best.
Entering the combat zone.
That is a bright red shield.
Federation. Yeah,
Yeah.
Federation Red. Wow, it's nice to see the Gelgoog beam rifle holding tough. I like that, it's all... It sounds like fucking Danny DeVito saying I spread trash all over the ring.
You see that damage?
all
I'm doing?
over.
What the fuck?
Because Gelgoog's strong, and it spin it and block his beams.
That's not gonna block his beams.
It'll block his beams.
No.
It won't block his melee, but it'll block his beams if he attacks from the front. That's why he sidesteps. He's like, oh, I can't attack this fortress of a man from the front.
He's doing
It also
no
trigger like
damage,
a-
man, I love it.
I mean, he's done 160. Alright. Oh, but here's Haman. It's like, who Gelgoog this? New Q like, who this? Oh, don't let him get away.
Oh, shut up.
Oh,
Man.
Haman.
Come on, please stop shooting me in the butt.
She won't. That's their favorite place to shoot. That's their favorite place to shoot people. It's actually judo. Oh, she took out half that shield. Oh,
It's almost done.
I'm disappointed none of the new suits in this game have breakable shields like the Gelgoog and Gundam and Jim did in the old game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Goof. But
Yeah.
pretty much every suit that has a shield.
I guess
Yeah.
they figured if they did that, they'd for everybody else, they'd have to figure out how to do it with Zeta, and that's just a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mon says no. Yeah, let her lead. Let's get a Gaza C come up.
No. I'm gonna
Ah.
shoot her in the face. I like that one-hand shot right there. That's pretty
Yeah, where he just looks over straight to the side. He thinks he's so cool.
So what would you rather pilot, Rob? A Garibaldi or a Gelgoog?
Probably a Garibaldi, just because it would be faster and, probably have slightly better firepower, but
Heading back.
I do like the Gelgoog design.
It depends on which Gabaldi and which Gelgoog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
I hate fighting Rob and the Gelgoog because he's pretty damn good with that damn rifle.
Wow, you waste all your points on that Gelgoog?
Yeah, like I generally say, the rifle just encourages good behavior for me. Just stuff I don't always remember to do when I can do the stun meta. If I have to hang back with my team, I end up doing a better job.
Yeah. God, I hate this type of map where it kind of pulls you to one side.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Yeah, the fact that they have these solar panels, and I hated this in the first game too. Like this, and see, you're not moving, right? That was just the map moving.
That was just the map moving.
Yeah, I hate that. I don't know why it does that. I don't know if it's supposed to simulate an orbit because it does it super jankily.
Hey, Haman, what's up? How you doing?
Oh, it's Opoly and Roberto versus the squad.
Oh, they need to stop popping those out. That was crazy.
They have renounced their Xeon.
But yeah, Rob, once you take a gander at that match, I think you're gonna be like, damn salty. That was pretty good. Because I mean,
Damn, Daniel.
I mean,
Back at it again with the white bands.
12 kills and 2 deaths in a Zaka 2 HC with a 90mm machine gun. That's pretty good.
Yeah. What cost was it?
250.
Oh, there you go.
I was on my American account, so you know.
Oh, so you were pub stomping? Okay,
No.
you filthy seal clubbers.
Oh, I've never seen that attack before.
Yeah, the little corkscrew. I think it only does it in space.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I think it's...
Because the Gundam's got its own unique attack in space too, where it does a saber swing, a shield bash, and then a kick.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, so that's just what the Gelgoog do.
The main reason I'm working on my American account was because I got the level 2 Zeong on it, and I really wanted to do over.
Oh, nice.
And
Oh, Keyblade.
Did you notice that Keyblade's got a different beam saber?
The Mark 1 has like a standard beam saber, yeah, and then the Mark 2 has like the weird crossguard beam saber. Yeah. Because Mark 2 got a style on Mark 1.
Yep.
I think I would honestly
And
want to
I think the
type for more.
Yeah, the mass production type goes back to like I think the standard beam saber, but it gets like double the amount of funnel.
Yeah.
And it's got beam cannons.
Yeah, on the back. Didn't help all the Puru clones though, did it?
No.
Alright.
Fucking Chara soon said, I'm in space, bro, it's cool.
Heading back.
Alright, that's AEUG side down until we unlock orange routes. Lovely.
Perhaps you've unlocked one now.
I don't think I did. Yeah.
No, not yet.
Let's see.
We're armor. Oh yeah, he ain't.
Yeah, because I think I gotta finish all the main guys. Like I gotta finish like Camille, Jared, and Haman's routes before I unlock the orange route. I don't remember, to be honest. I really don't.
Me either.
Save, yes.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, that's a big jump.
Oh, 73 to 85.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start on Titans tomorrow. Next week.
Or if you're in English, the Tetons.
The Tetons.
Yeah.
Is that really what they said in English?
They literally say Tetons.
That annoys the shit out of me.
That's how they pronounce it in Japanese, but that's not one I can particularly defend.
Yeah. Because literally just the Titan. Like, literally, Bask makes that speech about the Titans rise from Earth and shit. It's like, yeah, it's a Titan. Like Greek mythology.
Alright, so, fuck, I went to the wrong way. Let's see. Anywho, I want to thank... I came in here because I don't want it showing stuff that I probably shouldn't be showing, so, I want to thank you guys for joining us on this finishing the AEUG side. So we're gonna head off and do our own things. I'm gonna get some food.
Yeah, alright, bro. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah. Anywho, I hope you guys have a fantastic Monday. Make sure you stay or keep an eye on my channel because I'll be throwing up another video with the Desert Gelgoog with the machine gun. All right. Yeah. Say goodbye, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Salty, when are you gonna do Yankee with no brim?
What?
Not everybody.
Yeah.